Okay, today we'll see how we can use a boundary command in AutoCAD and hatch command. Okay, two commands we will study. So we have boundary command here inside. If you click in draw panel and in hatch and this here, you have this boundary command.
Hatch and boundary.
Yes. Okay. So boundary, the shortcut key for boundary is BO, right? BO for boundary. Actually, boundary command is very useful. You can create independent shape from enclosed area. Right? For example, let's suppose I have here two circles. Right? So these are two circles. If you want to create independent shape from this highlighted area, independent, you want to make it separate. Or, for example, you have like I will make one more circle. And I have like, for example, line this one and I have line this one as well, right? So what do you want? You want to create an independent shape from this area, this enclosed area. So you can use a boundary command, right? So I will press BO from the keyboard, BO for boundary and enter. So it will give you a boundary creation. So here you will choose a pick point, okay? When you click here, pick point, now if you click, if it's highlighted with blue, so it's going to create this area, okay? And this area will be converted into polyline as well. If you press enter, now you will see, if you click, this polyline has been created. All right. Now if you want to move, you can move it. M for move and click. Now you have created this independent shape. All right. Same is circle also. So if you want to create this independent shape, so again BO boundary and enter, and here what you are going to create, I am going to create here polyline, and click here pick point, okay, and just click. If it's blue highlighted, it's going to create this area. It's very useful command. All right. For example, why we use this command, and mostly we are creating many things with line objects like this. And many times we want like some area to be used, all right, as a independent shape. For example, you want to extract this area, all right. If instead of, if we don't have, so just suppose if we don't have a boundary command, then what you will do? You have to trace it with polyline, which is very difficult. Maybe you will like PL, you will do polyline, then you will make like this, and like this, right? So you will create the independent shape like this. One method is this. Then you can look, then you can move. So it will be very hard procedure if you have curves and lines and so in this case what we do, we use boundary command, BO boundary, all right, and we choose pick point, and if it's highlighted it will create, okay. It will not create if the path is open. For example, you have like this and you have one line like this, so it will not create boundary for this area because it's not enclosed. And you click BO boundary, and now if you click pick point, you will see it will not, it gives you the error, a closed boundary cannot be determined, right, because the path is open. All right. So here look, it will give you the warning circles as well. All right. So boundary command is used to create independent object with enclosed area. Very useful command. All right. Okay. Next command we have hatch. Hatch is used to fill the boundary. Hatch is used to fill the boundary. If you have enclosed area, closed boundary area, you can fill it with pattern, with the gradient, and with the solid color as well. So hatch and gradient, we'll see how we can fill it. For example, you have the circle 1 H, all right, H for hatch. So click, just make a circle. I want to fill a hatch between this. So take this hatch command from here. Before filling, look, if you will just highlight, it will show it's going to fill this pattern in enclosed boundary, even in this as well. So before filling, you can choose from here any pattern which you want. We have many for related to construction and other. So we have many patterns here. We have solid, we have brick, we have concrete, right? Many we have here. We have, for example, if you click here, so it will fill a concrete. So for example, we will choose, for example, from here like this answer will use. So like this, if you click once, so it will be filled. If you click an other object, it will fill also, but it will treat them as a one object, one hatch. All right, we'll see how we can make them separate as well. All right, what we can do with this hatch, we have here properties for this. All right, properties of this hatch. First of all, you can change, of course, into solid. If you want solid, you can change into gradient, and you can change into pattern. All right, we have these three properties, and from here you can change its hatch color. All right, the line color will be changed like this, black, and also you can change the background color, look like this. All right, now the background color and the pattern color has been changed from here. What else we can do? We have further properties as well. You can also change the scale of the lines. Look, if you want to make them bigger and you want to make them smaller, you can change the scale as well. All right, from here you can increase and you can decrease, and you can also change the angle of the line as well. All right, the angle of the line, if you have filled the bricks, you can also change the bricks position. Now you can see I cannot see the brick because the scale is very high, so you have to make it lower scale. Then you will see how it's changing, look. Then you can change its angle like this, and directly you can also enter here. All right, you can just, for example, 90, so it will be rotated at 90. All right, and then we have hatch transparency. So if you want to transparent hatch like this, all right, so you can make a transparency to this as well. All right, for example, it's selected and you can make hatch transparent as well. Right, for example, let me change the color for this. All right, for example, I have this color, right, and you can make hatch transparency as well. All right, from here you can change transparency, and same you can change angle as well. All right. Okay, once you are going to create, just close hatch creation, and here we have one option which is called associative hatch or non-associative. Now we are creating associative hatch. All right, what does it mean? For example, once you finished it, and it's just keep in mind it's associative, we are creating, just close hatch creation. Now you will see is this hatch is acting as a one hatch, right, because we clicked on one time. And associative means if you will change the size of the circle, all right, the hatch will also be changed. All right, like this. For example, if I will change the size of the circle, so hatch will also be filled. All right, the hatch will not be separated. Okay, one thing more. If you want to modify hatch, click again. If you want to make them separate, it's very easy. Go to here in options. All right, here we have separate hatches. All right, then you will click. Now you will see hatch has been separated. Like now you can see one by one we have here. All right, now for example, we will create non-associative hatch. Now I have here, so you can press H for hatch. All right, and you can click. But this time I will go with a gradient color. Go here, gradient color, and mix two colors like here, and this one two colors. And from here you can also change their style. Okay. Now when you click it, so it will be filled. This time, for example, you will create it non-associative. All right. Okay. Once it's created, just click OK. Now if you will change the size of the rectangle, look, the size of the hatch is not changing because it's not associated with the shape. All right. So hatch is an independent property. You can play with it, you can modify with it as well. Okay, you can move it as well. It's a filled area. It's a separated filled area. All right. So that's how you can use hatch. One thing more. For example, if you have two objects here, REC rectangle. Like this. Okay, now if you want to fill hatch in whole rectangle, but if you use from here hatch and if you hover over, so it will not fill at once in rectangle because it's two boundaries, two closed areas. Then we have here one option which is called select. Okay, from here you can select the whole polyline object. Okay, if you click select and just click on that polyline object, look, all object will be selected. Right, once enter. If you don't want to separate, do it again, Hatch command again, and now you want solid again, then another color, go to select, all right, and just click here, then it will be filled also like this. Okay, if you want to fill in a whole polyline object, so look, you have to select that object, otherwise it will fill. Okay, if you select this one, all right, so again you are in Hatch editing. If you want to remove Hatch, all right, so you can click this remove, click here and enter, all right, again, and Hatch, select object, all right, so I will select this object and enter, the Hatch will be removed, all right. So if you want to remove Hatch, you can also remove any Hatch, otherwise you can just select and click on Hatch and delete, so that Hatch will be deleted like this, or you can move as well, all right. As I told you, Hatch is an independent entity, all right. So that's how you can use Hatch command, and how you can like field object with different properties. Okay, we have one thing more. So if you are doing filling, we have one option here I want to tell you. For example, you have more circle here, all right, so I have here circle. So I will go Hatch and I will fill it with the solid color, all right. I will fill it with this one, all right. So select object and click here, all right, it will fill this one, but I don't want to select object. So I'll go here and I will use pattern, all right, and here enter, and I need to click example. So it's associative I want to create. So why it's not highlighting? Why? Because select our object or pick internal points. All right, I will click here and then you need to click. All right, because before we have selected this command. So you have to select an object, or you can select internal object as well. So again, so this is fill object. Okay, I'll go back. Then again I will go to Hatch, and this time I will choose a pattern, and from here by layer, and here also none, so just click here, and then I will increase scale like this, all right, so like this I have just changed. Okay, actually I want to show you, we have Hatch filling option here. So if you select this Hatch and go to option here, and here we have, once we have studied this one, create separate hatches, we have also this one, outer island deduction. So here we have many options. If you choose this one, normal island deduction, so it will detect the whole as a one island and it will fill it as well. Then you can go, and here you can see all options are there. Okay, outer island deduction like this, it will not detect inside and it will fill only outline area. So if you have like complicated shapes, you can also use it. Now it will ignore every island and it will fill it in this. All right. One thing more, if you want to fill in, as I told you, Hatch will detect the boundary and it will fill it. But if you have like something very close to this, all right, so just look at here, it's not close, all right. So here we have gap tolerance option also. I go to Hatch, and if you click, look, it's not a closed boundary. So here in option you have one option which is a gap tolerance, all right. So if you will change its tolerance like this, all right, now if you click, all right, then I will choose, for example, and click, all right, there might be gaps. Okay, we will just increase more, all right. So we'll go to option and increase more tolerance, all right. Now again, so we can fill it. Okay, for example, I will create again. Okay, and here we have nearby, right? So I will move it a little bit here, and now let's check Edge, and now just click, all right. Still, I don't know why it's not filling. So I think gap is too much. Okay. Still, I don't know why it's not filling, but it should fill from here. gap tolerance, and look, specifies the maximum size of the gap to be bridged between geometric objects that extended will be closed boundary. So okay, I will check the distance, how much distance between this. It's only 0.32. Okay, so now if you go to again hatch, and I'll go to here and gap because it's very big, so we'll make, for example, 0.5. all right. Okay, now if you click, yes, continue hatching this area, yes, all right. So because the gap was very less and we have given much, okay, so you can measure like this and you can do it. Okay, so that's how you can use hatch command. In detail we have studied. All right, now you can do practice.